Hey guys, welcome back and happy Tuesday, which means the day before the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City premiere, and of course, our next episode of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Now, this video is because I've actually seen the first episode before it drops, and I wanted to go over some main points. And I'm not going to lie, I wasn't as excited for the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City season 3, but now after watching the premiere episode, they are really bringing it. They're delivering. There's so much drama already, and they did not hesitate to pick up where they left off from the season 2 reunion. I mean, it's absolutely wild. Also, that's not the only thing premiering this week, guys. We have Hot Messy Podcast premiering on Friday, September 30th. And I wanted to let you guys know in our community tab, I've been dropping little clips on our YouTube channel, Hot Messy Podcast. We have 10,000 subscribers, but over here on Up and Adam, we have 130,000. So let's get Hot Messy Podcast on YouTube up to 50,000 because, well, we're a family and we help each other grow. And you can go to the description of this video to click on podcast and get ready for our first episode. All right, with that, let's talk some Salt Lake City. Don't forget to smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. Now, let's jump right in.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
All right, guys. So yes, I forgot to mention the elephant in the room, and I did a little bit yesterday. I will talk about it on the first episode of the podcast. What's going on over here with my face? That's why I'm wearing. It's why I'm wearing sunglasses. And I didn't want to stop putting out content for you guys. I wanted to keep on recording, but as of right now, yes, I am covering my face. So I'll explain more on the podcast. In the meantime, I've watched the premiere episode of season 3 of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. How? Well, that's not important. But what I can say is this season is coming in hot. I'm going to give you some of the dynamics and the behind the scenes so you guys can get just as hyped as I am about going into this season. Now, we pick up the episode with unlikely dynamics. We have Lisa Barlow meeting up with Heather Gay and Meredith Marks meeting up with Jen Shah. Of course, we know that Meredith supported Jen in New York City ahead of her trial before she changed her plea. And we were all wondering, how did that dynamic change? They're not actually sharing that on this season because the way that Meredith and Jen got to a better place, they're trying to say it's because Jen had a better understanding of Meredith in Los Angeles when they got together, which I'm sure she did. But the main point was, I don't know if you guys remember Jenny Wynn and getting canceled and fired from the show. Meredith and Jen had to film a scene with Jenny Wynn, and it was hours and hours long before Jenny finally allegedly admitted to everything that went on and having a part in it. So now it's going to kind of be a little confusing for the viewers, but you'll see how they come back together and you'll see that they do have this good friendship now that's developing. They meet up, they go in the hot tub, and they're talking about Lisa Barlow and her rant last season. You know, the rant where she called Meredith a garbage, WHORE, her fake family, her husband can never keep a job. That's why they don't own any houses. Like, the rant was terrible. But when Jen and Meredith are talking about it, Meredith's like, listen, I've heard things about her too, and I haven't said them. So what if I went around and I dropped, these rumors? She said things about me that are simply not true. What if I went around and dropped the things that I know about her? And then they allude to some sort of infidelity. There could be potential infidelity, and the fact that from what they're saying, there are documents out there that shows that Lisa Barlow's company, Vita Tequila, doesn't actually make money. Now, I haven't seen these documents, but they're saying that they're public documents and you can look them up. And I'm curious because, once the seed is planted from the first episode, people are going to be running wild and looking all into Lisa Barlow's business. Now, pan over to Heather Gay and Lisa Barlow. Heather and Lisa, this is an unlikely duo, but they sit down for drinks and Lisa Barlow's like, cheers to us, babe. Okay. And she says to Heather, I need your help with Meredith. And Heather said to her, listen, you're going to have to eat a lot of humble pie. You're going to have to eat crow. You're going to have to go into this and apologize and say, I said some really shitty things. And she's like, yeah, but it was just like a blackout rant. It wasn't. And Heather's like, no, Lisa, you have to own it and you have to apologize. You can't, take that back. You just have to own it. And she said, well, you don't really think I think those things about Meredith, do you, Heather? And Heather's like, I do. I think that that's exactly how you feel about Meredith. And I was like, oh, Heather Gay coming in for the win. Now, panning over, in this episode, the main focus is Jen Shah wants to show Coach Shah her love and support for supporting and loving her through going through this trying time and ahead of the trial. So she decides to throw him a birthday party. The birthday party is going to be a Harlem Nights theme, and it's going to be how we meet our newbie, Angie. I believe Angie K. Angie K is throwing the party at her house because Jen talks about in the episode how she's significantly downsized from a 9,000 square foot home to a 4,500 square foot home. And this is a great segue for us to meet Angie, who is not just someone that they cast out of nowhere who doesn't know anyone. She actually went to school with Heather. She's friends with Whitney, friends with Lisa Barlow, friends with Jen Shaw, and she even knows Meredith Mark. So she knows all of the women in the group. She has the money, she has the wealth. She showed up to her 10-year, school reunion in a Lamborghini. So she has that opulent lifestyle that they're looking for. But I am wondering, though, why she was, still a friend at the end of the season and not an actual snowflake holder. Panning over too, we see that Whitney Rose needed some help from Heather Gay because she's deciding to make a huge decision by removing her name from the Mormon church. Now, this is a big deal because Heather Gay explains that once you remove your name from the church, in their eyes, it's like a steel door gets put in front of you and you're not accepted into heaven. That's how they explained it on the show. I'm not actually Mormon. That's a great question for Jason. Jason grew up Mormon, but I am curious to see how that ends up playing out. Then we end up ending off the episode with the party. We get Coach Shaw's party, which is over the top, even though Jen says that had she been the one to throw the party, it would have been, a little bit different. But we get the party. Everyone seems like they're in great spirits. And then we get the awkward Lisa Barlow and Meredith run in because we know these two ladies have to see each other, but they haven't seen each other since the reunion. And Lisa starts talking to Meredith's husband. And when she does, she's like, I didn't really mean to say those things. And I don't mean those things. And Meredith looks just kind of annoyed at this point. Like, why are we doing this here? Why are we doing this at Coach Shaw's birthday? Why not do this another time? I'm not quite understanding. But at the end of the day, this is Housewives, and it's the most awkward times where they end up getting the best content. This is a banger of an episode, guys. You guys are definitely going to watch the premiere. I'm telling you, I'm not steering you wrong on this. I, of course, will be back with Jason recapping this on Thursday. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Beverly Hills is also heating up too. If you guys haven't seen, there's the first 6 or 7 minutes of this week's episode of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills circulating on social media because Bravo dropped a tease. And the Kathy drama is still going. Lots to talk about. All right, guys, don't forget to smash that like button on your way out. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And also, do not forget that Hot Messy podcast is dropping this Friday, September 30th. We have over, I think it's like 8,000 downloads at this point. Before we even dropped our first episode, 150 ratings. And then we have our YouTube channel with over 10,000 subscribers that we're trying to push to 20,000. So go to the community tab, show up, show out, show some support. And I love you guys so much. Again, I'm sorry about the glasses. I'll explain more on the podcast, but I love you guys. And thank you for still watching. You guys mean everything. And I hope everyone stays safe during this hurricane. Love you guys. Bye.